I don't know if you've ever had food where it's just so good that you can have it just every single day of your life. And maybe not to that extreme, but for a very, very long time, because that dish, that dessert, that drink, that, food, whatever it is, it's just that delicious. And I've heard some people say, asking, if you could have the same thing or one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be? And just enthusiastically, certain people would say certain answers like, oh, this is so good, I would have it for the rest of my life. And there's certain people, so a guy, I think he eats like mac and cheese or some kind of cheese dish or maybe pizza and actually has it every day. And he's had it for like the past couple decades or something like that. And it seems weird, but to some degree, it makes sense, because if it's that delicious, if it's that good, why would you not want to eat it and enjoy it every day? And I say that because I'm reminded where a lot of us forget how delicious the Lord tastes. It sounds crazy, it sounds weird, but metaphorically speaking, if you understand who the Lord is, if you truly understand and knew him from the very beginning, meaning your first love, then as you move forward with your life, you age, as you experience life, you would, when you go back to him, if you forgot him, you would go back and you would say, oh, you know what? I remember who he was. I remember how good he tastes. And I want to give you an encouragement today that if you're not at a point for which you are digesting, you're tasting the goodness of God every single day, that you would be reminded to do that. And if at minimum, you would go back even periodically to say, you know what? I remember what this dish tasted like. I remember what the Lord tasted like. Because if you had something once, if you had some good pizza, if you had a good cake, and a couple weeks later, a couple months later, you go back and you taste it again, that taste doesn't suddenly change. And of course, if it's a bad restaurant or if it's rotten, if it's not the same thing that you ate from before, then it's going to taste nasty. But to you, when you taste it, you remember that feeling, that thought. And when you eat it, it just naturally comes into you, touches your tongue, your palates. And then when you digest it, you think that is truly delicious. And so I'm saying this today because if you want to not only remember him, surrender yourself before him, but also as a reminder, as an encouragement to your journey, that you are in a good place because you are energized, you are filled, you are loved by him, you are given and showered mercy and grace. And when this happens, your life is fulfilled, your life is meaningful, your life feels tasty and satisfied because you're tasting what's good on a routine, even daily basis. So even for me, if I forget to do certain things, I go back and I say, you know what? During this time when I spend with him in the quiet place, in a place of worship, in a place of hearing and being in community, in a place where I can digest him fully, then that place is a place of peace. So I want to encourage you today and reaffirm what many of you that are watching this video you're doing, because you understand how good it tastes. So continue going. Be encouraged. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.